Hey y'all, so it's a new show alert, and I'm kind of surprised by this one. I gave it a chance, I checked it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was fun, it was light, and y'all know RHONY was top 3 my favorite housewife franchise before it went to absolute fecal matter, I should say. So without further ado, this is my review of the first 2 episodes of Luann and Sonja Welcome to Crappie Lake. So this episode opens and we are in a one-horse town, y'all. Like, literally. I don't even think they have a Chipotle or a Walmart. Maybe even streetlights, but it is Benton, Illinois. They have a population of just under 7,000 people. I'm really curious to see how many of those people are black. We start with the producers interviewing the owners of a quaint, charming motel. And I'm assuming that's where Luann and Sonja are gonna stay. And they're just being asked, have they ever accommodated any famous people at their motel? And of course the answer is, no, of course not. Okay, so we back in New York, my city, population over 8 million. We're in Luann's apartment and it's nice. And it looks like the show is being shot through the cameras they use for the Peacock shows. Like they have like a little glossiness to it, looks a little bit more expensive. Okay, I'm kind of here for it. Luann's just talking to her assistant as she's packing for this trip. She's letting producers know that she was approached with the intent of helping out Benton. I'm not sure what Luann can do for the community. Now y'all know I was gonna shade the hell out of this show, but it just seems like we got rich people coming from their ivory towers that come down to the slums of Benton, Illinois to help their ass out, just by gracing them with their presence. It's like, ha 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 ha, let's watch these rich people live the same impoverished life as these poor people. Oh, and next scene we're with Sonja Morgan. Oh, I missed that crazy bitch. Of course, she has an intern helping her out because you don't have to pay them like you pay assistants. But as a former assistant of Amanda Seales, let's just say the pay ain't that great anyway. Sonja discloses to us that she just recently had lipo before this trip. They ask her, what do you know about Benton, Illinois? And she's like, what the hell? I don't know. Now, she didn't say it like that, but that's how she meant it. And then we cut to production interviewing the town folk of Benton, asking them, what does their town have to offer? What's the history? I mean, again, it's a one-horse town filled with white people that most likely vote Republican. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Luann and Sonja was here for 6 weeks. More power to them. That check must have been nice, because you got to pay me a lot to stay in this shithole. And anyone from Benton, it's no shade. Like y'all said yourself that it smells like shit, like the lake. And we get the background of that interesting name that they call the lake, Crappie Lake. They said crappie fish are in the lake. It smells like shit. And the pronunciation, they just turned it to crappie. So Crappie Lake. Also, for my people that live in Illinois, most likely Chicago, please let me know how far is Benton, Illinois from you? Oh, okay, so this makes sense. So one of the producers of the show is from Benton, Illinois, and he proposed this show because I guess since COVID, this town was suffering even more than normal, and they want to get some more tourism. So he had the bright idea to bring the celebrities that he knows to come and help the town out. We cut to Luann and Sonja. They look like they're headed to a party in the Hamptons. They're on a charter plane arriving to Benton. The people in Benton don't know who the celebrities are at this point, so I'm pretty sure they're going to get major disappointment wondering who these 2 rich white women are. It looks like they think it's going to be a vacation. They're going to be doing some cabaret. Sonja thinks she's going to be inviting some drag queens to this Republican-ass town. We cut to one of the employers in Benton, and he plans on putting these bitches to work. He says it's not going to be a vacation for them. Jesus, okay, Luann, we get it. Y'all are like Laverne and Shirley. She has said that so many times. Jesus. Wow, so they actually have the town folk at their airport, like waiting for Luann and Sonja to arrive. Like some of them have signs. And then production's asking, who do you think is coming? And, you know, of course, the first person that comes to mind, Kim Kardashian. But no, go a little bit further down. Like I would call them C-list reality stars. They're starting with the wackiness already, so the plane can't even land because there's livestock on the runway. And then we cut to a few goats on the runway. What am I watching? This is definitely a show you watch high too, by the way. Y'all should give it a chance. Black people, I'm talking to y'all. So this is the part I was laughing at when I was watching them on Watch What Happens Live. So they're landing, and you see at least about 100 people like cheering them on as the plane lands. Sonja and Luann don't know what's going on. They're kind of surprised that people are like waiting for them. And Luann's first thought was they were protesters. And you know what? I can totally see people protesting them coming to their town. These town folk are really cheering as the plane is landing. They don't even know who's on it. So the ladies get off the plane, and you know, some of the people know who they are. I would say maybe, I'm gonna be generous, 15% of the crowd knows who they are. The rest, they're just like cheering because the camera crew is there. Okay, correction, they're staying 5 weeks, not 6 weeks. Hell, 5 days. I'd be crying to come back to New York if that was me. So now the ladies are now driving to their fabulous motel accommodations. Even as they're driving, Luann has to drive herself in a car with no AC. And then we get to the motel and, oh boy, man. It's like they walked into a time machine. It's definitely giving late 80s decor. Of course, the ladies are horrified by their accommodations, but they're being very polite about it. Luann brought so much clothing and boxes, and she has no storage for it. It looks like both of their rooms belong to hoarders. Like, their shit is everywhere. So it's the next day, the ladies are waking up in their disheveled accommodations. For Luann, she's trying to make do and make a list and try to get bins and shit. Sonja look like she's right at home. She don't mind shit being everywhere. I actually think this is what Sonja's townhouse would look like if she didn't have interns. Next scene, the ladies are headed to the mayor's office. They're talking to him, and he has a list of things that he would like the ladies to do. So their tasks given to them by the mayor are build a new park, I'm guessing for lower income, even though it looks like that's the whole entire town. Christmas in July, help with those festivities. Increase tourism. Upgrade the animal shelter, i.e. clean it. And last, put together an end of summer performance, which I'm sure, you know, the ladies have a lot of experience in. And I'm not being sarcastic, they do have experience. So after their meeting, they go back to the motel and they're getting ready to do something for fun in Benton. And we find out what they do for fun in Benton is fishing. So they're about to go catfish hunting. I gotta admit, I love Luann and Sonja's banter. Like, it's just so funny and entertaining. So they arrive at Crappie Lake and, oh, Sonja, just farting on camera. You gotta love her. And okay, Sonja, I'm seeing you with the Telfar bags in every scene. So they get into the boat and the fisherman is telling them how to catch the catfish. And it's called noodling. Look, don't ask me. I do love catfish though. But he's telling them the procedure to get the catfish, and they have to put their hand in the water for them to bite them. Now, will they have anything over their hands? That's the question. They're asking the same thing. And then he holds up his hand and one of his fingers are missing. Something tells me that wasn't a catfish that bit his finger off. It looks like there's other creatures in that water too. Most likely gators. All right, so they get into that dirty ass water looking for catfish. They at least have gloves on to catch the fish. You have to use your bare hands. Okay, so they're looking for the catfish. I think the fisherman, like, he puts his leg down there and they have to just feel for his leg. You know, of course Sonja's making this sexual. But Luann, she's actually going for it. She goes underwater in that shitty ass water looking for catfish. She has not come up for air yet. Oh my God, and she comes up from the water with a big ass catfish. Oh my God, just see Luann of all people. Y'all, you've seen RHONY from season 1. This is something. This is quite the character arc. And she is excited too. So then we fast forward to them being interviewed after this fishing experience, and they're happy that they did it. And the credits are rolling, and that is where the first episode ends. I was just pleasantly surprised, y'all. Like, I was smiling the entire episode. Like, it was cute. Look, if I'm saying this, then you know it's a decent episode. Like, this was 30 minutes and just easy to digest. Like, this was more entertaining than last week's Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah, let's get to episode 2. All right, so it was the next day. We were back at this shitty motel, and oh my God, at Sonja's room. It is an absolute disaster. Purses, clothes, food, everywhere scattered out. She got her dildos just sitting out plain as day for the owner to see. He's commenting on it. I'm getting a little uncomfortable. So they get their day started. They're about to go somewhere, but child, this car. Just seeing Luann and Sonja behind the wheel of this old ass car with no rims. It is just a sight. It's the juxtaposition for me. Here we go again with Luann comparing herself to another duo, Thelma and Louise. First it was Laverne and Shirley, now it's Thelma and Louise. They're interchangeable. Production also lets us know how hot it is in Benton, Illinois. It is 93 degrees with a humidity of 90%. So the destination is the Civic Center where they hold the majority of the town's events. They get to the office. I guess nobody's in there, but Sonja sees a scooter, gets on it, and just starts running into shit. And Luann is just laughing at her. Where is your scooter? Sorry, I just had to say that. Now they're both on the scooter just riding around the office. I swear to God, they fall off this. Like the first time I watched this, I guess I didn't notice this scene because I was doing a bunch of shit. Because you know, I was skeptical at first of watching this show. But this scene is very funny. So they're just discussing what type of show they're going to put on for the Benton townspeople. Luann immediately suggests a variety show. This man in charge of facilitating the events, I mean, he doesn't look Broadway or Hollywood adjacent at all. He looks like one of the people I see at the DMV, like behind the counter. Sonja and Luann's peak delusion just does wonders for this show. Okay, so next scene, the ladies intend on going shopping in this one-horse town, but Luann, she sees the fire station. She says, you want to just go and stop and just see the firemen? Because Luann is horny. So the ladies stroll up to the fire department, and I'm pretty sure this scene was staged. Like the whole fire department, they all have to sign waivers to be on TV, so I'm sure this was orchestrated. But she's meeting the fire chief. His name is Shane Cockrum. Again, Shane Cockrum. Yeah. And you know these two ladies have something to say about that. Now, y'all, I remember watching this scene, and I was cheesed up the entire time. They're on the prowl. These two ladies were flirting their asses off with these firemen, especially Luann. So there's this one fireman that catches Luann's eyes, and seriously, if you squint, tilt your head, and drink half a bottle of whiskey, he looks like Ryan Reynolds. Luann is looking him up and down. She's like batting her eyes, smiling at him. Now, I don't see a wedding ring on his finger. Not that that would stop Luann, but it looks like he's up for grabs. Oh, okay, Miss Delaceps, I see you. Luann got game. Like the guy was saying how he works out. She was like, oh, why don't you show me where you work out? Lord have mercy. So as Luann goes off with the fireman, we see Sonja talking to the fire chief about how horny Luann is, and she hasn't been laid in a while, so she's on the prowl. The flirtation is strong. Oh my God. And then she even invites him, maybe we could come by the motel, like, you know, we'll have a party and everything. So production is interviewing the fire chief. He was like, yes, Sonja and I believe Leanne. Yeah, there's some feisty women. Not him calling her Leanne. So it looks like the firemen actually have an emergency to attend to, so they're putting on their gear and their hats. Luann is turned the fuck on. I wouldn't be surprised, like she's gonna bang that fireman by the end of this season. So next scene, we see the ladies headed back to the Civic Center and they're gonna be holding auditions. And we see that earlier that day, the mayor gave them a new pickup truck, something that looks like it was made in the 2020s, I'm sure with air conditioning as well, to substitute the shitty vehicle that they were first driving. So the audition begins, and it's basically a crew of misfits of adults and children just doing random America's Got Talent shit. I think Luann and Sonja didn't inform the townfolk what they were looking for the particular show that they're holding. So then, after all these people audition, no one makes the cut, but they do use them to promote a second audition. They start filming the promo, and it takes them take after take after take to get it right, at least 9 times. Much like my reviews that I do for my YouTube. I mean, y'all just don't see the behind the scenes chaos, but it takes a hell of a long time, believe me. So next scene, we see Sonja and Luann are gonna have their first night out on the town. I don't know why they're dressed like this in this hick town. Like, what are they gonna do dressed like that? Sonja looked like she about to have cocktails at the Four Seasons, and Luann looked like she on her way to the Renaissance tour. Sonja and Luann could be talking about the most minuscule shit. It is just still a banter between them, and I could just watch it for hours. Like, they're just going back and forth on directions on how to get to this bar that's only 6 minutes from their motel. Oh my God, this is the bar? And it's called the Barn, and it actually looks like a barn. Now again, before they even walk into this bar, I'm sure everyone inside knows that they're coming in. Everyone in there is just staring at them, and a few people even cheer. This bar looks like a basement. Luann, it looks like she's on the prowl again, this time to this older looking gentleman with his shirt open, who has a beard / goatee that's like at least 8 inches long. He's also making goat noises at Luann, but she's actually entertaining him. Much like me, when I'm horny, like my standards get way lower. This bar also has bras and underwear like just hanging from the ceiling. So then Luann and Sonja, they meet this gentleman from Louisiana, not New Orleans, Louisiana. It looks like some part in the swamps. He looks a little easy on the eyes for Sonja's taste. Okay, now we see Sonja doing her flirtation, like adjusting her dress, making googly eyes at him. Sonja's guy then tells her, "I think I'm gonna leave something up here." He then takes his shirt off, and Sonja is now the one that's hot in the pants. Oh my God, and now the man that Luann was talking to, the goat man, he takes his shirt off. We got 5 minutes left, because it's going left right now. Oh my God, this man just mooned the camera. We go to commercial, thank God. And side note, if I see one more Oppenheimer commercial, I think this hype for the movie has definitely been created. Like, who is excited to see that? Like, I can understand Barbie, but I don't understand the whole hype around Oppenheimer. So now we see Luann get on the ladder in that short skirt of hers to put the other guy's shirt on the ceiling, because that's what they do at this bar. We cut to her confessional, and she's saying, you know, she's ready to get it on with somebody, but she's going to be a little bit more selective. That was a little shade at Sonja. I caught that. But when you're talking about selective in this town, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Child, the credits are rolling. They're about to leave the bar, but Sonja, she brings the guy who took his shirt off with her to bring her home. And you know what that means. Well, alrighty then. So we end the episode with Sonja getting in the car with that man and driving off. And she did confirm on Watch What Happens Live that they banged. I mean, go Sonja. Get it when you get it. That was a fun time. I definitely recommend y'all watch it. Give it a chance. This was fun, light, and chaotic, and definitely made me miss the old Real Housewives of New York. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be in for the season and watch this. I don't know how many episodes it is, but I'm in for it. This was fun. I give it an A. I'm shocked too, y'all. I am shocked. I would love to know what y'all thought about these first 2 episodes. Did y'all like it as much as I did? With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.